back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, the second game. I'm very excited because today is the final the trial situation of the whole Big Berry Circus, all of that stuff. Last time we had a very interesting conversation with Franzy, yes, about Edgeworth. We'll get more into that probably in the future. But for now, are you ready to figure out who killed the ringmaster and make sure that Max is free? Before we start, look, I have a little bat in honor of Bat. You know, Acro's brother. Yes. I thought, oh, I'll wear this. It'll be a nice call out. So, you ready to get started? Let's do it. All right, here we go. December 30th. No, it's so close to the end of the year. Well, today's the last day though, ne? So. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usually sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. What about your milk? Did you get your milk? I'm working up to it. Tee-hee? Who's tee-heeing? Oh, you're here. Oh, she brought the milk. I was just saying that. It's like she heard. You can't see. Hold on. You have to see the milk. It's very cute. Look how cute this milk is. Oh, it's cute. I like the little cow. Can you guys drink milk? I can't really drink milk. Not American milk. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina. It has to be like a super processed or something. No. Take the... What's it called? The lactose kind of extra stuff out. It has to be. How fabulous! My sweetie pie! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did! Mo told me that I should come watch this. Mo said that. So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? These two are out of touch. Well, she's really out of touch, Nate. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Is she okay? I know Feeny had said, like, is she okay? But, like, is she okay? Or does she have, like, a... is this just, like, a sheltered thing, like Pearly? Because I don't think it is. Pearls doesn't feel like that. Oh my god, I called her Pearls. Ooh. Pearly! Doesn't feel the same as Regina. Regina feels like she's really off in her own world, or when maybe she can't make sense of things, she just makes stuff up or something. Whereas Pearly, I think, is more open to not knowing. Something like that, Nate. I don't know. She feels... I don't know how to describe. Anyway, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you. Oh god, you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in Lego Limbo. How low can you go? No, that actually wasn't a terrible one. I mean, for him. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Why are you talking like this? Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. Maybe that's why I don't attack the day. I get up late. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max? Oh, milk. I brought you a present. Have some milk. So much milk. Oh my. Thanks. So how are you today, right? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against a real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can with other witnesses. Ah. What are you going to do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to go without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way to get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but is it gonna be tough? Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. Oh, Mo is actually... You know, I clown on this clown. But this is actually really responsible, Nay. I think so. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Ma, even... Oh, hold on. I'll let... Oh, no, just kidding. I thought he was going to go into a something, but he's not. I think you can have both, right? Like, you can believe maybe like a soul, or like a religious people, right? Like, the soul goes to heaven or something. You can have those things. I don't think that... For me personally, I feel like however you want to cope that isn't hurting anyone is okay, because death is very difficult, and however kind of helps you get through that time is fine. But I also think you have to deal with the reality of situation, and that's where she isn't having that. You have to grieve that the person is no longer here, or like physically they're no longer here, not that like, oh well, they're dead, I'll just wait until I become a star, because it's not really dealing with the issue at hand, you know what I mean? So it's okay if she wants to believe, like, spiritually that the people become stars. I think that's very cute. I really like it. But it doesn't take away... It's like she can't do both, or she can't process that her dad is dead. Maybe his soul is a star. She literally thinks he's, like, a star now. Like a freaking Mario Party. Like, he's a physical star, and she's gonna go see him. Or so, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It feels kind of like... A lot of things don't sink in with this girl or something like that. It feels like it. It feels like it. It feels like it. Anything that's hard, she just doesn't kind of... It doesn't... She only has one emotion, which is, like, cute. She doesn't get sad or, like, angry or... You know what I mean? Anyway, court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Hi, Franzy! The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. You may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order, order. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders. Gumshoe. Is it drawn? Can we see his cute drawings? Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witnesses stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. The birds are here too, the birds. A new bird! What is the new bird's name? I think the new bird's name should be Franzy, because the hair color is similar. Hair? You know, the color is similar. Julia? Shoot, what was the gray one? Scoot was the green one. Was it Julia? Julie? Something like that. Name and occupation. Wait, where did the teal one go? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. I always see the wrong way. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. So, I'm gonna have to be more careful. If we can't really push him. That was like what I do. That's what I'm good at. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. I love the birds. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Okay, so far so good. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. You press that? It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. Behind. Behind. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little for the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Oh. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. Oh, there was sad and fool in there. I love Franzy. I love Franzy. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Right, Phoenix, right? Just like your old friend. Oh! Oh my god, she bringing up Edgeworth's name during work hours. He's gonna be rattled, shook, quaking, shaken. Feeny. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. Oh, he's not phased. Inside, he's crying. Inside, he's crying, but he's showing a brave face. Yes. I can't believe the audacity she bring up his name, girl. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? Oh, in the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Ah, okay. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm thinking the first two are fine. I'm so scared. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I want to push these two. Are we gonna get punished? I don't know. But we'll see what we do with the pressing name. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure? Feeny. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You may have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix, right? Testify the truth and only the truth. It's just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Am I just strengthened his testimony? Yeah, that wasn't great. I'm gonna say there's a contradiction, but girl, I don't know what it is. Acro statements drives the facts. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Where, baby? Oh. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Oh. The hat! The hat! The hat! 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 Hat? Did he say he was wearing the hat, though? I don't know. But the visual they give us shows a hat. So, how'd that work? How'd that work? I think this is wrong, but I'm gonna present it anyway, because I'm scared. This, what in the... is this? Oh, you just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix? It's not this. What don't I get? You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Yeah, I'm kind of realizing that, Franzy. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again. Straight towards a guilty verdict. Okay. I wasn't bluffing, I was trying something. Don't punish me. I didn't get punished. I'm surprised. It has to be that statement, though, Nan. I want to push this too, though. I feel like it didn't give me that opportunity to goof. Right? The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was a person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on front. Do you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. We have to... something with the hat, right? The hat fell off? Might press him the less results I seem to get. Oh, so... oh... This happens no matter what you press. That's the difference with this witness compared to other people, right? And that's maybe why they don't punish you. Here. I wasn't totally off base. I just had the wrong sentence, you guys. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window has a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Why would he think that's the ringmaster's hat? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Liar, liar. Pants on fire. Order, order! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have it to back it up. This is on the right track, though, I think. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Are we going with Acro as the real culprit? Are we really doing this right now? Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of murder of Mr. Russell Berry. I mean... Hold on, Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. Ha ha ha. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by the theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. This man is kind of fine, right? I think so. I think so. The bird, the whisperer aspect adds like maybe plus 500 points. This guy is kind of hot. Anyway, he's calm enough for it to be almost scary. That one is Franzy name. Woodpecker. It's very cute. Bye. Yeah, this guy's fine. Oh, the bird came to visit us. Oh, he's poking us. Yeah, that's Franzy name. That's Franzy. That's Franzy. That's Franzy. This is cute. I don't remember this. He is staying rather calm and collected, but he sent his attack bird. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things? See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous. She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head. Who said that? See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? The audience hates us. If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning to make a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. Okay, just because that happened last time does not mean that's happening this time, Franzy. What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? No. No. No, I don't think so. Wait, did I say no? No, then this must be where we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. What? No, not this time, Von Karma. This is because I knew. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. Ooh. What are you blabbing about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order, order. What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I'll have to show how Acro murdered Russell Larry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do this. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Here. It's here. It's here. It's here. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? Where are the birds coming from? Did he bring that woodpecker and it's just kind of like floating around in the court? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible, yes, that's it. Everyone's so fired up today. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. Seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? Oop, there goes. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I can understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. I think we present evidence. What? Okay. The box? The box. It's the box. It's the box. You throw the box. From the window. They didn't like that. That was wrong. It's wrong, is it? It's wrong. Okay. Okay. Stop, stop, wait. I say. Before you start over, you must be penalized. Okay, judgy. Maybe we don't... We must have to present some kind of evidence. But what the heck is the evidence? Oh! I forgot we had that! I forgot we had it! What's that, a picture? I don't know why I forgot we had it, but we did. It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust! It's quite a large bust, and because it is a life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy! Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Oh! It wasn't... it was the red herring, nah. It was the red herring. The box... I did forget about this. Ah... Nah. I thought he dropped the box and didn't use the bust, but whatever. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster, with the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Phrasing, maybe. Order. So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Do you see him? He's like jacked, man. Well, Acro's an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from things that... Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get a proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? Fun karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimonies. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. Franzy, that looks so pretty. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any load to win a case. Okay. Well, we passed the first struggle without too much nah. I guess because Mo said basically that Acro was the one that did it in the beginning, and he want Regina to see that and all that stuff, that kind of gave you an extra hint. I just didn't know it was going to come out this quick, but here we are. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. I don't remember this, but I'm wondering if this is some kind of a mirror situation. You know what I mean? Like, when you're backing out from, those, you know, in LA, they have all those, like, mirrors. So when you're backing out, you can look, to make sure you're not going to back out into oncoming traffic. Those kind of mirrors. I mean, we don't have any proof of that, but maybe he could do something like this? I don't remember. I just know Acro did it. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. What are we going to push? He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Grr, I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. We are stalling. I'm stalling because I don't know. Why do you say it would have been impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bus, I couldn't see out below the window. Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick. Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. I feel like I could prove it somehow. That Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I know. I think I know because I remember and not because I'm like, oh, I put it together and I'm so smart. So it's a hollow victory. But I think I remember. Where am I gonna put this though? I think I've already explained things sufficiently. We have to present. I'm gonna present it here. I don't know if that's right, but I'm gonna present it here. It's the box. It's the box, baby! I know this is right. That's right. Go away, punishment meter. I remember. Acro! You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? I still think the mirror thing could have been good. Nah. It's fine. You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Ah, nah. I don't think I would have gotten that. Yeah, they didn't mention that. I just assumed he had it, but that was not a good thing to assume. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there'd be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. What about the timing, though? He could maybe hear the snow crunching and him stopping walking, and he's like, now? Maybe not. Maybe. Order! This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. I really don't know if I would have gotten that had I not remembered. Oh. So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The weight. The weight. So, it's too heavy. You're going to bend over and not... The weight. The box had a remarkable weight. Weight! According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. Oh, I just thought you didn't want to lift it because it's too heavy, so you just bend down and open it from the floor. That's what I would have done. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Not if you're dumb like me. I lift with things with my back. It is not good. Don't do that. I don't know why I do that. But I do. It's not good. I need to change my pattern of lifting. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! I don't think that's foolish. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Oh, frig. Shoot. No! Shiny things! Shiny things! It's the monkey! It's the freaking monkey! I remember. I see what he's getting at, but monkey. Of course I remember. It was on top of the cafeteria. The table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? I know, it's money. Shiny, shiny. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. I did say that. I guess the accomplice is money, but it's not like he meant to. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. I got it, Feeny. Don't you worry. Yep, how did the witness get... It's money, dude. Money. The monkey. A monkey. Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The money... Oh my god. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room! But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? bronze isn't all that shiny. The cards, baby. The shiny Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. Oh, the sass. Woo! The sass. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum. Oh! That is an expensive as hell thingy, huh? Which is very shiny. Gua! Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. How strong is that monkey? Strong monkey. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order, order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. Oh, the ums. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as a murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was a murder weapon? Purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we're more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, isn't it bamboozled? Flamboozled is cute, don't it? Especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Oh man, we have to explain this whole thing. But this is the part I knew. And I knew Acro had done it, and I know why he did it, and I know his story. I remembered that. And I remembered how this is going to be explained. I know that too. The other stuff kind of came to me piecemeal. There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Three. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? It's the bust. It's the bust. It's the bust. He saw Max Ow! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question. Au contraire, mon frère! What are you doing, Feeny? What are you doing? It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he didn't actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? If the silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hands. Yeah. Idiot. Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? If you're trying to frame somebody, it doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of utmost importance to this case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? Profess? I think it was freaking Acro. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming he wanted an alibi. Like, he can say, oh, it was in my room. And then he could frame Max, right? It wasn't. God dang it. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak? Well, Furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bus, I wonder? Okay. New line of thinking. The bust hits Russell. Russell was wearing the cloak. So the cloak got stuck onto... Oh, no. I think it's that. When it hit Russell, somehow it got snagged, the cloak. So when Acro was pulling the bust back up, the cloak was on there. Because, yeah, I goofed. I goofed. Because they would need two. Franzy brought up good points. Alright, game! I'm sorry. Now we're at half health. Jeez Louise. But she's so nice about telling me I'm wrong, it hurts even more. No, I like it. The famous Von Karma's carrot and whip approach. Okay, better not mess up anymore, because we will lose half the health. But I'm pretty sure it has to be that. If it's not what I said, then it's Bustle. It's Russellberry. I think so. Good. Fool! Him? You were saying it was the victim himself, Russellberry. That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Right? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? Not really, Maya, but I'm doing the best I can. Considering the fact that I supposedly remembered a lot of its case, I'm not doing a great job presenting that. But that's okay. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. No, here we go. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Yes. Then he attached the rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim. Yabai. This is so crazy to me, but okay. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, it just isn't true. It can't be. It is quite the coincidence that that freaking thing floated off his body and landed onto the thing to create the perfect setup, right? It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. But then, Mo, ne? The oversight of Acro, not realizing that that would make a loud-ass sound. Okay, because, like, let's say it didn't fall. Let's say he wasn't dressed up, okay? He wasn't dressed up at all. Then, he'd do his plan. Mo hears a loud crack, sound, thump. He looks outside. He sees a freaking bust being raised from Acro's room. That sets him up so hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If I was Acro and I knew I was going to do this, I would have, like, drugged Mo, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he would have done that, but you know what I'm saying? So there would be less witness. This feels like a... bad. Nah. Whatever. And that's how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off was the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you! Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So? What now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Okay. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Oh god. Contradiction, actually. Okay, then use that and get us out of this jam. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. That it had to be... Acro. Oh... This? This? I'm worried because that's what... They said Mo's testimony has a contradiction. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm worried this is wrong. But I feel like it has to be this. I hope it's right. It is not right! Ha! Ha! We can't mess up one more time or we're dead. We only have 2 health, girl. Hey, hello, I had to look it up and I feel like such an idiot. I didn't get it, but I get it. I know now. I know now. Alright, here we go. It's the hat. It's the freaking hat. Girl. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. Why is the music so loud? Hold on one second. Oh, you know why it's loud? Because I had... Oh, whoop, whoop. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to restart the game. Because I died. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions. You fool. Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing his silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. That's that then, eh? Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that the witness he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? It was on the other side? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Oh, they're... yeah. It's kind of push inside, huh? You know... I guess it's possible. I don't know what that would really be like. It just feels like that... A part of this case relies on really convenient... I guess he wouldn't have tied it, right? A lot of those kind of capes, they have a little tie in the front to make sure it stays on your body. But considering he was kind of like in a hurry, it makes... it's believable he wouldn't tie it. It's not like you have to tie it to wear it. But even if you didn't tie it, the idea that it flies off of him and gets hooked onto the thing and doesn't fall the whole time, it's a little hard for me to believe. But this story to me is very good. I liked it very much. Yes. Okay. Then if the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ah! Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order, order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. She's not going down that easily. Apparently neither is he. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. The motive part, I don't want to curse it, the motive part I have down. I remember this storyline very strongly because it made an impression on me. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive, It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a... Oh, okay. Take a break. Okay. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. Okay. Well, alright! 2:17 p.m. Wait, what time did we get in the court today? It's just sort of late, né? Whatever. I can't believe it. Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Ahem! Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst. Who's trying to get our attention that we're ignoring? But, I'm nothing but a little nobody, you know? That's not what you say, baby. Your eyelash. I really like this face. I know maybe it's mean, but it's very cute to me. But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal. Oh, we know who it is. Come you. You're gonna ignore me after I went all this trouble to bring you some evidence. Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe! Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We have an extra bottle of milk, or a carton. You want some milk? We've got some really tasty milk. Oh! Maya! We're like the same brainwave! I can't believe she said that. That's so funny. How about a card trick, Detective? What, are we treating him like a little kid now? Gumshoe. Ho ho ho. Well, if you insist. It worked, so I guess it's fine. Somehow, Gumshoe probably eat like a junk food all the time, or like a fast food, or maybe doesn't eat at all, like he'll just drink coffee or something. So, milk will be good for his body, I think. Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it? Here you go. Oh, this was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Thank you. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? Yeah. That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up till now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. Have a good rest. What did he mean by that? The very end part. I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Ah! Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk! The recession area looks like it's some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Yeah, you think about that. You think about that. Your little hacks and whatever mean things you said. These people bought you milk because they know and they care about you. So, maybe knock it off, Maxie. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood now, Mr. Dingling. Oh, hold on. Bat scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to look at that. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get a motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Gulp. We're fine, Feeny. I feel pretty confident in this, although you never know with me in this game. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of Big Berry Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Oh god, that feels pretty airtight, nah. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. I don't think there is. I don't think there is with this situation. I know why, but I worry. I'm thinking, why would Acro kill the ringmaster? Oh, I know, pick me. This might be my last chance to answer that question. I think we have to cross-examine because if we don't, that feels bad. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. No, but... Okay, I'm scared, because I don't really know what I'm doing. And we have 2 health, but here we are, you know. I want to present the freaking letter thingy. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow. How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! Ow, ow! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. What do you think, Nick? I don't know. I think the more I cross-examine him, the worse I end up looking in the end. You don't mean? I get the feeling that this cross-examination was a trap. Oh, frig. Yeah, Von Karma set you up again. But we're stuck in it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is probably wrong, but I don't know what else to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna present this, and hopefully we can kind of make something happen. That's wrong. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is so frustrating because I know why. I know why, but I don't know I feel like there's no way we can say what I need to say here. I think, though, I want to start over. God, you know what? I'll cut and I'll see you, because I want to start over and I don't want to take the bait and I don't want to cross-examine, because I really think there's nothing here that we can cross-examine correctly. So I'll see you in a minute. No need to question him now. Maybe we can do something else or have something else. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There is no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I already know the answer. That's how I feel. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? Okay. I can't provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. I don't know if it was obvious from the start, but... yeah. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. You know I love it when you talk fool to me, Von Karma. Did you forget? You made the accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russellberry Ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro! You didn't plan to kill a ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Oh, yes. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with. Yes. What? Nah. Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yes. I guess we say who it is then. So profiles. Regina Berry! This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for the her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I mean, yeah. Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Hold on, I gotta screenshot that, girl. I love that so much. The energy of that is beautiful. I really like that. Hold on. I don't know what's gonna do my recording. I don't even care. I'm doing the what's it called? Screenshot. There we go. Girl. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I have it. Yes, I have it. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Wait. Let me save. Let me save just in case. I'm just gonna drop that save right there. I'm too scared. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Because if we screw up one time, we're toast. So, present evidence that prove Acro was out to kill this young girl. I'm pretty positive it's this, but you know, just in case. Just in case. Yes. Acro, you remember this, don't you? That's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat! Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call out someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russellberry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You know, Donne? This all could have been avoided had he written, instead of to the murderer, if he had written to Regina. Because Regina would have been like, oh, it's for me! And would have gone and got conked in the head. But because he didn't, she, in the way she is, she just was like, oh, it couldn't be me. So, you know what I'm saying? However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Barry. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours... It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he wouldn't have known. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick! Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas. You're so foolish, you've even made me sound like foolhardy fool. Why did you skip past I wasn't done reading your fool language? I like it when you do this, Franzy. It's very cute. Very well. Mr. Phoenix Wright, if you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what that note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case had its start what happened 6 months ago. You kind of read that wrong, but you get the picture. Really, Nick? I think so. Well, then if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Is it the scarf or is it the pepper? Is it the scarf or is it the pepper? I think it's the pepper. Is it the scarf? He had he had both though. That's why the pepper was in the box, right? But it's wrong! It's wrong! I'll see you later, I gotta reload. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. I picked the wrong one. It was in between these two. It's freaking pepper. I jumped ahead again, I think. Achoo, 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 achoo! 4 sneezes. Achoo, achoo! What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's a decisive evidence you asked for. What did you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion? Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Oh, I know. Let's do this one. He's a Leite. Leite. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? I like it. Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingley. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was more than that. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. That's not what I'm saying. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. Okay, now we show the scarf. We show the scarf now, right? Yes. That's just a scarf. Acro. The scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who was the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There is something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? This bird attacking Feeny I have no memory of, but I very much enjoyed. I delight in it and I enjoy it. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge doesn't get it. I get it. Franzy gets it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? She gave us a hint. Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lion sneeze. Whoa. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. It's very sad. It's very sad. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? Yeah, I do. You really intend to say that this is just how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. Ha. Ha ha ha. It almost does seem like a terrible joke. Doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that's what I said was true? Acro. You can't mean, witness. Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem has always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster... Where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claimed was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something. Request to search Acro's room? See how things work out first? Ha! I feel like if we searched Acro's room... Like, how stupid is Gumshoe? Like, they would look through everything, right? Or no? I don't know how warrants work in this game. I don't know if we're going to go down that. I think we looked at his room. Oh, jeez. Let me just drop a little save right there. I usually don't keep these in, but it's really quick, so it's okay. The defense requests to search the room of witness Kane Dingling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? I haven't. By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma Total Justice. Von Karma Total Justice? You mean... Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. I know, I figured they did. So I wasn't sure, but I didn't know what else to say. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you were thinking we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. I don't know what else to do here. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. Uh-huh. It looks like you locked the final nail to put in the coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away! The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is? I'm sure you do. I think I know. I think I know. I don't know how this would work, though. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? Oh, is it over? It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I think I know where it is. 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 I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. No, you're not. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Maya. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? I'm surprised aide get to speak like that. But, I mean, whatever. It's important. Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. I think I know. Walking on the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Okay. Somewhere in this courtroom. I know where it is. I know where it is. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once for all. The witness stand. The witness stand. Acro! I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off of your wheelchair? This, though, is a little bit cheap, in my personal opinion. Granted, if you got to this point, it gives you 3 options, so it does try to help you a little bit. It's not like you had to type in or write your own answer and it would just been out of nowhere. We never see a blanket because we only see him from like this part up. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. The sad music. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Did we ever get this angle? The reason I remember this is from the anime, and that's actually why I remembered some of the other details was because of the anime, because I haven't played this game in a very long time, but the anime came out not that long ago. Actually, kind of a bit ago. But I remember watching the anime, so that's why. I remember a lot of the stuff in this. Okay. Ha! Ha ha ha. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh at your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. And I feel like if this was really Los Angeles courtroom, there'd be no goddamn way he would get into this courtroom without setting off the metal detectors that are, I'm pretty sure, at like every courthouse. At least the ones that I've gone to, they're always metal detector. There's a lot of metal detectors, I just think, in LA. Going to big event or courthouse, those kind of thing, there will always be metal detectors. Some schools have metal detectors too, so fun. But yeah. So, no way! Only this would happen in Japan, ne? Yeah. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, and the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. She's mad. This is the second time you lost a baby. Second time. Oh. She's going to have a really bad night tonight. You fool. How could you? Yeah, sorry. You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them. Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away or burn it. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of the court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me! Make a mistake! Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that! I feel like you're getting caught up on the wrong part, baby. But, you know, whatever. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. It's good that she has to face that she made a mistake. Like, last time she refused to admit that she made a mistake. So there's actual growth coming. Meh. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. I remembered this part too. This is the other part. Because I feel like it's very understandable. That to me is very understandable why you would feel so irritated. I could not stand it if somebody did that to me. Like your brother or something. Acting like that, it would be so offensive. Even if they don't mean it, it still is very hurtful. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. Not that you should go murder her, but like, I get the frustration. How dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't, not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. It's very sad. The whole story is very sad. And also it was sad before the ringmaster died. I feel like the whole situation is very, very sad. And then Acro tries to kill Regina, which is not good. But then he accidentally killed the man that is like his dad. And then he was so upset about it, obviously, that like it just went from a bad situation to a worse situation kind of feeling. I feel very sad for Acro. Like it doesn't give him a pass, right? He still tried to commit murder and he actually killed somebody. It's not the right person, but like he still killed somebody. But I found this case to stand out very much because he's a killer that has a very relatable, or like you feel really sorry for him because it feels very sad. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. Oh, you're not an idiot, baby. You just make mistakes because you're a human being. I can't believe it. You beat me again. Yeah, that's twice in a row, huh? I like that Feeny didn't rub it in. Feeny rubbed it in last time, and that felt a little mean. But this is an important moment for Franzy, I think. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty for Maxie, boo. Oh, he gets to stand there. He looks so fabulous. Yeah. This court is adjourned. Alright. 4:27 p.m. We still have time to enjoy a little bit of the end of the year. He didn't clean his office. He's gonna have to stay up. Gonna eat dinner in that office and clean the rest of the night. He's gonna run out of time. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. I know. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only Max. 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll never be like this forever and never be happy. Oh, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. I know, I think that's my current problem. I think that's my current issue. Maybe I need to listen to Mo. Huh? Oh, it's good that she heard this, though. She's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault! Ah. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back! Now everyone's gonna split up! Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something! What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro? Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? No. I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that? Yep. Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence! Huh? I want to know you're not just making that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Eh? Eh? Because it's over, right? Because it's over. What do you mean you need evidence? Is it a person? Bat? Maybe Bat? Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. Yeah, because he didn't want to kill himself or go or whatever because Bat is still in a coma. If Bat was dead, I think it would have been different. Right? He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat! That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know? I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Oh, until he opens his eyes and then until he can meet Acro again. Oh! That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as a new ringmaster. That's better, Nay. You're not very good as a clown. No offense, but full offense. This is a maybe better role for you. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Oh! And then Max will feel better. Like ambition is there. Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yeah! Yay! I can't wait! Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? We've got to work together to make Very Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Also, she needed a reality check, I think. Mo. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Big Berry Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. Seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus in the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. Stop. Just, can you stop doing this? And like, just wear the ringmaster outfit and stop being a clown? That would make me happiest, I think. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Right? Who's come she talking to, you guys? Who's come she talking to? Who's come she talking to? Who? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acker's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Look at this! Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh my god, I'm so excited! Look, Franzy's in the news! She was right. She did make the news. International news. Since, well, we don't know where Edgeworth is. We don't know where Edgeworth is. Look at my boy! My boy! Wait, we have to, we're gonna do our tradition. Hold on. Look at him. I don't remember this case at all. No, that's not true. I don't remember the actual case, right? So this robot hand with the teddy bear and whatever the heck's going on with what's some kind of alcohol and it looks like a Steel Samurai outfit. I don't remember. Like, I probably will get things going once we actually start this case. All I remember is the Edgeworth, Francisca, and Feeney related content of this episode. Some of it. I don't think I remember all of it, probably. But I remember the good. I remember the good stuff. Girl, I'm so excited. Look at Edgeworth. He looks older. He's been through some things. He's lived abroad. Nah. I'm so excited. This is the last one, by the way. The last episode of this game. But it's gonna be, a big one, a long one. So yes, I hope you're looking forward to it. Because, girl, I'm looking forward to it. So that's gonna do it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I did. I complained a little bit about the Circus case. But overall, I really liked it. It was one that really stuck with me, even though I messed up a lot along the way. The story I thought was really sad, but interesting, but really sad. And I liked the kind of twists and turns of it. I thought were very, very good, very interesting. But, girl, is really sad. I feel kind of guilty, like, you feel sad, you feel, like, down. But then Edgeworth comes and it's just like, forget about that! Edgeworth! Like, so, I cannot wait for the next one. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. But until then, remember to be kind to others, especially yourself. Take care and I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye!